Hey guys, what's up? I was just playing with my experimental science experiment here, the hydrogen generator cell, and I noticed a couple things today. I changed the water here because I had a little bit of soap in the water before, and I decided to try it without the soap. This is just tap water and baking soda. 10 liters of tap water and 9 teaspoons of baking soda. And this is the cell here. Yeah, all it is 3 stainless steel tubes or pipes, and they're separated with zip ties. The zip ties keep them from touching each other, so there's no continuity, and it keeps the cell rigid at the same time. So anyway, I changed the water, and I always had the positive on the center post, on the center, and I had the negative on the outer, and I used the middle ring for neutral. And the reason why I did that is because I want hydrogen, and when you separate hydrogen and oxygen, or when you separate them via electrolysis, the positive lead lets off oxygen and the negative lets off hydrogen. So I figured if the outside was negative, you have more surface area, I get more hydrogen, right? So I was like, I'll just do that. I'll just use the outside for negative and I'll get more hydrogen. Well, I think I was wrong. I don't know what's going on here, but I reversed the polarity today. So normally I would take this positive cable. I've got a 12 volt 60 amp battery here. So normally I would put the positive in the middle on there and try to get more hydrogen from more surface area from the outside. But today I decided to reverse polarity. I don't know why. So I put the positive on the outside. Let's see if I can do this again without... it's hard to keep them separated with booster cables. Hard to keep the positive from touching the neutral. So anyway, I'm going to see if I can rig it up here for you with one hand. I hate holding the camera and trying to work at the same time. I need a cameraman. I need a cameraman and an editor. If you want to be a volunteer cameraman or volunteer video editor, let me know. The pay is horrible and the hours are long. Anyway, so I have the positive on the outside, and I think that plastic zip tie is going to keep it from my neutral. Doesn't matter because there's no continuity, but that's the way it's designed to be. It's designed to have a neutral. So, reversing my polarity from last time, get some of the dirt off of there from sitting on the ground. So this time I'll have the negative in the central tube in the middle. So that's going to be like, it's going to be very different from last time. Of course, oh, it's making hydrogen immediately. I guess I forgot my battery. My battery's hooked up. So anyway, it's already producing hydrogen. You'll notice I got some dirt. I got some dirt in the water. But it seems to be producing, the positive seems to be producing right on the clamp itself and not so much around the rest of the tube. Man, I really got some dirt in the water there. Anyway, trying to get a good picture here without the focus. I don't know how the focus is on this, but anyway, it seems to produce a little bit more. I think it produces more hydrogen with the negative in the center. That's hydrogen gas coming off there. And another thing I did before I switched the polarity, before I reversed the polarity, I put the battery charger on it to give it like an amperage, just to simulate like an alternator charging if you had a charging alternator and if you had a hydrogen cell maybe hooked up to your vehicle. This is 12 volts I'm using, so... Oh, yeah, I've got some other things to talk about. But anyway, I haven't tried hooking up the battery charger with this polarity, with this reverse polarity setup. I think this is the way most people do it, with the negative in the middle. But I just figured having the negative on the outside would produce more hydrogen. I think I was wrong. And my connections might not be the greatest since they're just clamped on there. But you can see oxygen just coming off of there pretty quickly. And for every oxygen, there's 2 hydrogen, right? H2O, water. Water is H2O. So for every oxygen molecule, there should be 2 hydrogen molecules. But the hydrogen molecules are small. They're smaller, and it's not easy to see them. It is producing hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen's easier to see because there's more light out there. I might have to move the bucket to where it was before. And another thing I did was I moved the positive and negative close to each other. Instead of having a neutral, I tried putting positive and negative closer to each other, and it seems to work much better. I think that's the way the Stanley Meyer, if you look up the Stanley Meyer's HHO cell, he has 2 tubes like this, but they're really close tolerance, and there's no neutral. So I might turn the camera off for a minute, rearrange my wires, my cables, and show you the difference when I eliminate the neutral. Anyway, that's it for this episode. If you want to see more, check out the next one.